She's a reckless, dangerous, soulless, insecure, anybody that has to do that much to her face, insecure, doesn't feel good about herself, always cosplaying, always out here needing to be seen. She's a really, really small person, which makes her very dangerous in the position that she's in, and she should resign.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is the time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
So Kristi Noem is a horrible person. And I haven't worked on the verses did we have a rap? Was it Kristi Noem rap that we're supposed to I wish I had that ready, because man, this would have been a good time to rock that, because she may not be around long. But I know Janty Brown did one, but that beat was so sickening. But we should revisit it for Friday maybe. When I got time to write rap lyrics, I'm not even good at that. But anyway, so she is at a hearing and she's being grilled by members of the Senate who want answers, okay, about what happened in Minneapolis, about the killing of Pretty and Good, about all of the ways in which she has used social media to demonize people like Pretty and Good, and also not be accountable for any of the mess that she made. There's a trail of tears of people whose lives have been upended because of how they are deploying, immigration reform. And let's be clear, Tom Tillis is for deporting people. Matter of fact, he might have been okay with all of it until the killing. And there's points where you reach where it's too far even for the people who are far right. Okay, this man is not a person that might be reasonable. He's not somebody that I would ever probably vote for. But, oh, my God, this is why we need leadership. This is what leadership looks like, because it's not partisan. He might be 90% in alignment with everything that Trump has ever done. He's not running for re-election because he's scared he's going to get primaried. So maybe he's not the hero. So he's going out in a blaze. And we appreciate that. Be a leader. If you're going to be there, if you're going to sit in that seat forever long, you're going to sit there, do something. Tom Tillis, thank you. That's all I want to say. I don't like you. I would never vote for you. But I appreciate that you stood on business today. Play it, Smiz, the first one.
Who does Tom Homan work for? You or the president?
The president.
Okay. Why is that? Because I believe the president recognized that you weren't getting it done in Minneapolis, and you're putting us further away from pointing to this. We're beginning to get the American people to think that deporting people is wrong. It's the exact opposite. The way you're going about deporting them is wrong. The fact that you can't admit to a mistake, which looks like under investigation, is going to prove that Miss Good and Mr. Pretty probably should not have been shot in the face and in the back. Law enforcement needs to learn from that. You don't protect them by not looking after the facts. Not only should the FBI be investigating it, but every single law enforcement agency in that jurisdiction should be invited to it, so our law enforcement officers do not have this pall cast upon them. One of the reasons why ICE officers are having threats, and damn the people that threaten ICE officers, because so many of them are doing a good job, is because you've cast a pall on them by acting like we should investigate things differently. Officer-involved shootings have a formula that we should go through every time. And we're not going through that formula. As a matter of fact, in Ms. Good's case, I think that they were even saying that maybe there wasn't even a need to do it in the DOJ. I hope that that's changed. But I'm telling you, it was a civil rights review. I saw your frown. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But originally, Blanche said there wouldn't be an investigation. Folks, law enforcement, we've got to have their back. We've got to make it clear when they make a mistake, then they get corrected for it. But you don't walk away from it, and you've done it too many times.
Tom Tillis, from the great state of North Carolina, born in Florida, one of six. I think he's the oldest of six. He's not running for re-election. He's voted with Trump 90% of the time. He has been critical about Trump's quote-unquote tone. This is the first time, though, I've seen this level of excoriation, and it looked like leadership. And it's across party lines, because what we're literally fighting for is our common humanity at this point. It's not about R's and D's at this point. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it, because he wasn't done. He wasn't done with Kristi Noem. She sat there, had her new face on, writing notes, pretending to be professional. Part two, Smith, part two.
Secretary, I read your book last week. And honestly, some of the parts of it impressed me, but some of it distresses me. And I'll give you a good example of one that does. The passage where you talk about killing a dog that was 14 months old. I train dogs, all right? And you are a farmer. You should know better. You should know that if you're going out to a hunting lodge and you're putting pheasants out and you're putting dogs out, you don't take a puppy out there. A 14-month-old dog is basically a teenager in dog years. You decided to kill that dog because you had not invested the appropriate time in training, and then you have the audacity to go into a book and say it's a leadership lesson about tough choices. It's in your book. We could play it if we had time. At that same lunch hour, you killed a goat. And you killed the goat because you said it was behaving badly. You are a farmer. You don't castrate a goat. They behave badly. You should have probably done that before. But my point is, those are bad decisions made in the heat of the moment, not unlike what happened up in Minneapolis. We're an exceptional nation. And one of the reasons we're exceptional is we expect exceptional leadership. And you've demonstrated anything but that in the time that I've seen you responding to the emergency in North Carolina and across the Southeast, and acknowledging when mistakes are made, and speaking too soon for the expedient of social media or whatever it is.
Woo! He went to the book. And South Park did a brilliant job of capturing Kristi Noem on the South Park this season. I wonder if the Ellisons are going to stop South Park from continuing to produce, because they're on Paramount, right? They're on Paramount. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to stomp down on them, because, oh boy, did they put this whole regime through it. But the dog, I think just about in every episode Kristi Noem was in, there was a dog killing. And, that has been joked about in many different places, but the way Tom Tillis laid that out, you called that leadership, but you sent a puppy out into the field and then you accused the puppy of doing wrong when it was your lack of leadership. And then you killed a goat. So he's telling us this lady is bloodthirsty, killing a goat because the goat wasn't neutered, because she didn't do what she was supposed to do responsibly, so that because goats misbehave. Anybody that's ever been to a goat yoga farm, little baby goats are unruly. Oh my God, Tom Tillis lit her ass up, but he was not done. He was not done. And this is where real leadership, because this is how you know Congress has power, and they're just not using it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the donations that they get. I don't know if the people who are putting money in their pockets are also silencing them, duct taping their mouths. I don't know if they're being threatened. I don't know if there's pictures of them at Epstein Island. I don't know why Congress isn't operating the way it should be as a check to this tyranny, but it's not. But Tom Tillis gave us a hint of what can be done in this third clip, and I appreciate it. Play it, Smiz.
In my remaining time, I have a lot to go. But I want to submit this letter from the Office of Inspector General that cites 10 different instances under Ms. Noem's leadership where they've been misled and not allowed to pursue investigations that they think are critically important. Does anybody have any idea how bad it has to be for the OIG in this agency to come out and do this publicly? That is stonewalling. That's a failure of leadership, and that is why I've called for your resignation. And if I don't get an answer to these questions,
that's right.
I don't want an applause. Please don't do that for me. If I don't get an answer to these questions, if I don't get an answer that you've had a month to respond to, and the remaining ones, as of today, I'll be informing leadership that I'm putting a hold on any en bloc nominations until I get a response. And in 2 weeks, if I don't get a response, I'm going to deny quorum and markup in as many committees as I can until I get a response. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Oh, there's stuff that could be done. You could put a hold on things and deny quorum. What? Chuck Schumer? What? Things could be done? Oh, you don't want to do things. Well, you know what we want to do? I want to make sure your ass is voted out next time. New Yorkers, stand up. You got an option. You got an opportunity. You can do some things. Tom Tillis showed us the way. This can be done. And I want to thank him because for the first time I felt a little, I said, oh, okay, somebody who is fighting for the rights of people. And again, we are not aligned across the board ideologically on all things. I'm sure we are different on how policing should be, but we do think accountability is important and everyone should want people to be held accountable. This woman is not just a disaster. She's dangerous. She's a reckless, dangerous, soulless, insecure. Anybody that has to do that much to her face, insecure, doesn't feel good about herself, always cosplaying, always out here needing to be seen. She's a really, really small person, which makes her very dangerous in the position that she's in. And she should resign. And he's like, I need answers. And if I don't get him this week, this is what I'm going to do. And if I don't get him next week, this is what I'm going to do. So we're going to follow up, see if he's going to do these things. But I at least appreciate it. He's threatening. Threats are good at this point.
We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.